everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Talking Goddess. And I am here with someone who is making their goddess debut on February 25th. It is Marie Valdomina. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing good. You are too cute. I absolutely adore you already, and I haven't even met you yet.
Damn, don't make me cry.
Oh, you're popular.
I try to
I
be.
enjoy what you guys got going on right now. I'm excited to be part of Goddesses of War. I haven't been a part of Titan Championship Wrestling yet either. Um, Obviously, when girls are on fire, you kind of want to stay with them, and I'm just happy to be a part of everything.
And we are happy to have you. So, like I said, you are making your goddess debut February 25th. How does it make you feel to finally make your goddess debut?
Like I said, so I'm from Syracuse. There's not a lot of girls here. There isn't any girls here. I didn't train with any girls. I started in 2015, and it's just been a very long, slow splash for me. It's taken a while for me. Um, Guidance has been a issue. Um, you know, I needed a little push at sometimes. Yeah, I didn't have people I was rolling around with, not necessarily coattail riding or anything, but you need a little help somewhere here and there. And somewhere in there, I found a huge, huge wrestling family. I met a lot of ladies. Sadly, they're not around my way. So yeah, a lot of this has been why me? Why Marie? Why Marie? Yeah, Syracuse is a large populated city in New York. So I'm starting to realize that there are a lot of New York, Jersey area girls in this. So it's like, why me? How did they bring me to Jersey? Like, how did Marie get to Jersey? Because my family is from Jersey. Half of my family, my mother is from Long Island, Queens, Jersey. They bounced around that area when they were kids. So it's cute.
And now you've made it here. What are you looking to prove? Like you talked about, you didn't really have a lot of guidance and you really did not have an opportunity to train with a lot of women. So do you think that kind of like underdog mentality is what you're trying to prove in the tournament?
I feel like a lot of girls coming up, we had no choice but to roll with the guys. I've wanted nothing more like to train at a facility with all women or to be a part. This is my first time being part of a promotion with all women, so that's definitely been a bucket list. Um, I I came up with some hard hitting guys. They taught me. They I did have some guidance in some sort of way, but being very secluded doesn't help at all. You kind of gotta. I had to branch out there in a way. So just being outside of my realm is just icing on top of the cake for me. I do have a lot to prove. My trainer, Zachary Springate, and my coach, Isis Effects, are both mentors trained by Killer Kowalski himself. So, I mean, if anybody knows who Kowalski is, I'll throw it around a little bit. I don't say it all the time, but this is the right opportunity to say it. Um, it's something that I do take a little bit of pride in. I try to do a little bit of Kowalski things here and there. I'm a huge fan of Gunther on WWE. um, yeah, small town Syracuse girl here. Not very small town, but yeah, you get my drift.
Yeah, and of course, having that hard hitting style definitely can help you in a tournament like this, especially when you're facing three other competitors who have such a good reputation. In your opening bracket, you have Vicious Vicky, Bonesaw Jesse Brooks, and Valentina Vasquez. Who do you think is the biggest threat out of everyone in your opening bracket?
So a little while ago, I did come into contact with Vicky and JC Storm. I did get taken out to Jersey. They asked me to come out to Jersey. I did participate in a three-way. I know that they've had some stuff going on already. such as a lot of the Jersey girls have already worked with each other. A lot of the girls around that circuit area. I'm just happy to be out that way. I've questioned myself a lot. You know, you kind of get into your head thinking, you know, why me? Why me? That, but you know, I have to prove to them why I'm there. I'm not very much worried. I do know that there's an attitude that comes with things. I like how Riley said, I just previously watched her interview with you, and she was like, you got to earn the attitude. And, you know, like I felt like that a lot. You know, I never really tossed around a huge head. But I will say this that a lot of people have earned an attitude from me. So uh, I might be the one tossing around the attitude that night.
Now, like you mentioned, a lot of the people in the tournament, obviously Jersey circuit, obviously a lot of them have worked together. Do you think that you're in a kind of a disadvantage because you haven't, like you said, you were in contact with Vicky and JC, but do you think they're at an advantage because they worked with each other more and you're kind of like the new girl walking in, or what's your strategy going into it?
See, I hope that they look at me that way. That's how our previous match had gone. It's like, who's this? What is she here for? You know, who's this girl? And they'll blatantly flat out say that, you know. No, nobody know technically no, nobody does know who I am in that area, but everybody's there for wrestling. We're all there for women's wrestling, and we're all there to see who is going to win that night. So as far as it comes down to the cup, I have won a championship title. I've won my first women's title last year in upstate New York. And I still have that title. Um, it was a long time for me. So I would absolutely love to add a cup to that isn't in my cupboard that I can drink from. um, I don't think that they should consider me a threat too much because there could be alliances made. Um, there could be enemies made. Um, with Marie, you know, you never know what I'm going to do that night. So it could be a toss up. It depends how I'm feeling that night. It depends who gave me an attitude of such when I walked in the door.
And it all is going to go down February 25th. And you mentioned how you won your first title. What would it mean for you to win the Goddesses of War Women's Championship if you do win the D365 Cup?
That would be stupendous because just to land that title or land that cup or land that prestige on somebody in my area, I just want to. I do want to bring wrestling out to my area a little bit more, empower maybe other women in my area, other fans of mine, even other males in my area to want to join wrestling. Maybe my school. I have other schools to pitch. You know, wrestling's for everybody. I kind of just want to wrestle. At the end of the day, being a part of a woman's promotion is definitely the number one thing on that bucket list that I'm crossing off, regardless that day, regardless if I bring this cup home or not. But that cup is definitely number one on that list.
Now, before we get out of here, is there anything else you'd like to add? Any other message you want to send? Because on this show, I have someone calling out somebody. So if this is the time, this is your time to call somebody out if you would like to.
Okay. I know this interview was peaches and cream buttercups, but I wouldn't be confused about that. Like I said, it's a toss up. You know, you're either a bitch or you are you know, a supposed buttercup like I am. I am a sweetheart. Don't get me wrong, but you know, I love Riley. She's a sweetheart. There's a lot of girls who I've been wanting to work who are super sweet. Obviously, you see your girls with your attitude, and they've, you know, they'll like I've said, they've told me already flat out, like, what are you doing here? our crowd, who is she? What is she doing here? And I'll have to prove that. I will just have to prove that. Immediately walking, stepping foot into the facility, I'm going to have something to prove. I will carry my suitcase through that curtain and I will put on a show like I couldn't put on before because I've never been to all women's promotion and it's going to be a different night for me.
And a different night it will be because it will be a historic night, February 25th in New Jersey. Marie, thank you so much for joining me. And make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this video and tune into our next episode. And that is it for us. And we will see you February 25th.